In this video, we will compare the obstructive, restrictive, and mixed lung disorders and compare them on the basis of differences in lung volumes and spirometric features. Pulmonary function test can be assessed by lung volume, number 2 by spirometry and flow volume loops, and number 3 by diffusing capacity. So now spirometry. Spirometry records the volume of air inhaled deeply and exhaled forcibly. Patient expires to RV level. After a maximal inspiration, patient expires with full force, and the result compares the volume with time. So spirometry measures the volume of air inspired or expired as a function of time. During the inspiration, when the air goes inside, the volume increases and the pressure goes down to -6, making a U-shaped or covert-shaped concavity or half circle. The flow volume curve plots expiratory flow rate against volume. When inspiration and expiration are most rapid in the spirometry testing, inspiratory flow is most rapid at the midpoint of the inspiration. That is why it makes a U shape in the loop. During the expiratory phase, the high peak flow rate occurs at the start of expiration, and then flow rate falls progressively. What are maximal inspiratory and expiratory pressures? Number 1, maximal inspiratory pressure. Patient exhales completely to residual volume level, RV level, and then inspires maximally against an occluded airway is the maximal inspiratory pressure. Number 2, maximal expiratory pressure. Patient inhales completely to TLC level, total lung capacity level, and then expires maximally against an occluded airway. This is maximal expiratory pressure. What do spirometer measures? It measures forced vital capacity and forced expiratory volume in 1 second. And what's forced vital capacity, or FVC? It is the total amount of air expelled after a maximal inspiration, and normally it's about 4.8 liters. And what is FEV1? It is the amount of air that is expired in the first second after the maximal inspiration. What's the normal volume of FVC and FEV1? FEV1 is 4 liters and FVC is 5 liters, and the ratio of the two, FEV1 divided by FVC times 100, is 80%. So the normal values is 80%, but it may range from 80 to 120%. So here it is, the normal value of FEV1 and FVC ratio. The FEV1 in 1 second is, every square is 1 second, so FEV1 in 1 second is 4 liters, and the total amount of forced vital capacity, total amount of air expired, is 5 liters. So 4 upon 5 into 100 is 80%. These values vary with age, height, gender, and ethnicity. What spirometer does not measure? Spirometer does not measure residual volume, functional residual capacity, and total lung capacity. Why? Because air present in the lung does not come out during the spirometric procedure. They can be measured by helium equilibrium test and by plethysmography. Functional residual capacity, FRC, is the air in the lung at the end of normal expiration. TLC, total lung capacity, is the volume of air in a fully expanded lung, and it measures about 6 liters. And residual volume is the amount of air in the lungs after maximal expiration, and it measures about 1.2 liters. The shape of the loop varies in obstructive and the restrictive disorders. Why? Due to differences in changes in the FVC and FEV1 that makes it possible to differentiate between the two types. Now the obstructive disorders, they include asthma, chronic bronchitis, emphysema, and bronchiectasis. So what's the hallmark in obstructive disorders? In obstructive disorders, the hallmark is a decrease in expiratory flow rate Also, FEV1 to FVC ratio is decreased, and there is decrease in maximal air inspired. So in obstructive disorders, FEV1 reduced to less than 80% and normal or decreased forced vital capacity, and the ratio FEV1 to FVC is reduced less than 80%. Here is in 1 second, the amount of forced expiratory volume in 1 second is 2 liters, whereas forced vital capacity is 4 liters. So 2 upon 4 is 50%. So it's reduced. And functional residual capacity, TLC, and residual volume are increased in obstructive lung diseases. When FEV1 to FVC ratio is normal in obstructive diseases. In the early obstructive disease, FEV1 to FVC may be normal and only abnormality may be decreased FEF 25 to 75%. That gives an abnormal coved shape in the terminal portion of the curve. So in the early stage, only abnormality is abnormal FEF 25 to 75% in the terminal curve. FEF 25 to 75% is a more sensitive measure of the small airway obstruction. And what is FEF 25 to 75%? It is the mean forced expiratory flow between the 25 and 75% of forced vital capacity. Now, what is the shape of the expiratory curve in the obstructive disorder and why? Due to a non-uniform emptying of the airway, there is coved or scalloped shaped expiratory curve in the severe cases. So the curve in mild obstructive disease is like this here. The black loop is supposed to be the normal and the red loop is the mild obstructive disease. Here this is the moderate obstructive disease. The concavity during the expiration is increased on the red colored loop. And this is the severe case with a scalloped curve in the red loop. Normally it should have been peak expiratory flow rate at this point, but here in severe cases of the obstructive disorder, peak expiratory flow rate is here. There is low FVC and FEV1 is reduced. Which lung volumes are increased or decreased in COPD as measured by the helium equilibration test? TLC may be normal or increased in the obstructive disorders. Residual volume is increased. Why? Due to airway closure during the expiration. And FVC is decreased. Why? Because of the striking increase in the residual volume. Residual volume is the amount of air that cannot be expelled out of the lung by any means. What is the severity criteria of COPD on the basis of FEV1? In mild cases, FEV1 is 80%. In moderate cases, FEV1 is between 50 to 79%. In severe cases, FEV1 is 30 to 49%, and in very severe cases, it's less than 30%. Now, restrictive disorder. Restrictive disorder may be caused by parenchymal lung diseases and by extraparenchymal lung disease. The parenchymal lung diseases include interstitial lung diseases. In them, the RV is reduced but FEF is preserved. The extraparenchymal diseases may be due to muscle, bone, joint, neuromuscular and pleural diseases and morbid obesity. What's the hallmark of restrictive diseases? The hallmark is decreased lung volume, mainly TLC and FVC. All the lung volumes are reduced in restrictive disorders, but TLC and forced vital capacity are the main lung volume which are reduced. And what's TLC? TLC is the volume of air in the lungs at maximal inspiration, and it includes inspiratory result volume, tidal volume, expiratory result volume and residual volume. TLC is decreased. Why? It's decreased due to inspiratory muscle weakness, stiff chest wall or space occupying lesions. What's the percentage of TLC in mild, moderate and severe restrictive diseases? In mild restriction, TLC is 70 to 79%. In moderate restriction, TLC is 60 to 69%. In moderately severe restriction, TLC is 50 to 59%. And in severe restrictive disease, it's less than 50%. Now, FEV1 to FVC ratio in restrictive disorders. In restrictive disorder, there is decreased FEV1, but FVC may be normal or decreased, less than 80%, but the FEV1 to FVC ratio may be normal, increased or decreased, more than 80%. So in restrictive diseases, FEV1 is normal or decreased, FVC is reduced, so the ratio FEV1 to FVC may be normal or increased, but the patient have low lung volume. This is the restrictive disorder. FEV1 is 3 liters and the FVC is 3.5 liters. So FEV1 to FVC ratio 3 upon 3.5, it's more than 85% increased. But the lung volumes TLC, RV, FRC are reduced and forced vital capacity is reduced more than the other. That is why the FEV1 to FVC ratio may be more than normal. What will be the features in a mixed obstructive and restrictive disorder? In a mixed disorder, all the volumes are decreased. See here, everything is decreased. Whereas in obstructive disorders, the ratio FEV1 to FVC is reduced and FEV1 is reduced. Whereas TLC is normal to increased and FVC is normal to decreased. The main feature is that FEV1 to FVC ratio is decreased with an increase in TLC in the obstructive disorder, whereas in restrictive disorders, FEV1 to FVC ratio may be normal to increased. FEV1 is normal to decreased, but FVC is markedly decreased. So in obstructive disorder, FEV1 FVC ratio decreased. In restrictive disorders, it is increased, whereas TLC increased in the obstructive disorder but is decreased in both mixed and restrictive disorders. In mixed disorders, all volumes are decreased. In obstructive disorder, FEF 25 to 75% is decreased, whereas in restrictive disorders, FEF 25 to 75% may be normal to decreased. In obstructive disorders, peak expiratory flow rate is decreased, but in restrictive disorder, it may be normal to increase. This is another difference. So I repeat briefly, in mixed obstructive and restrictive lung disorders, all lung volumes are decreased, that is FEV1, FVC, peak expiratory flow rate and TLC, including the FEV1 to FVC ratio. FEV1 to FVC ratio may be normal in restrictive disorder or it may be increased, and TLC may be normal to increase in obstructive disorders and decreased in restrictive disorders, and the ratio of FEV1 to FVC is decreased in obstructive disorders.